Okay, so, welcome to Argoclima World. The camera is there. It's okay? So today the idea is to understand our company and also the product that we are developing for now and for the future. So it's important to understand our company as we are a producer and the strategy we will adopt in the near future because the markets are moving due to the actual events, and we have to take some decision also in production. First of all, I have to introduce Argoclima, which is a company, Italian company, born in 1929. So we have two main warehouses, two main buildings, and we work with 180 people today. Across a different year, Argoclima at the beginning in 1929 was born in Cavaria and began with the production of heaters. Then in 1968 we take a new curve where we develop, I would say, all air conditioning. We became the first Italian, I would say, company to produce air conditioner. Then in 1991 we introduced the first portables on the markets for Italian market. Then we create also a joint venture with Sanyo, which is a large producer of Japanese brand, which has been bought by Panasonic afterward in 2008. Then in 2008 we developed also our inverter technology, our own split, okay, based on the technology of Sanyo, and we start to be an actor, I would say, also for inverter technology. In 2019, we developed a new warehouse from 20,000 square meters based in Alfianello. And in 2015, we developed a partnership with GRI, which is the largest manufacturers of air conditioners. We have to find this agreement because of the fact that we stopped with Sanyo, which were our strong partner in terms of development. We had to find another partner, and at this period, Chinese was starting to be an important players on air conditioning. In 2020, we expand our range of products based on this new partnership with mainly on professional products. Then in 2021, we have been like figures, important figures, as main leader market for portables and air cooler and dehumidifier, so, which is important because we had the major market share in Italy. Then in 2022, this year, we have been bought by NIBE for 50% of the company, and in the next 5 years we will be completely integrated to NIBE at 100%. It is an important, I would say, agreement also for us because it means that NIBE is investing in industrial area in Europe, and it gives us also the hope to develop product in the future based on the future technology also with a reliable partner, which is, I would say, today the leader in the heat pump market for water to water, and strong partner also and strong position for air to water. Argoclima always have as a philosophy, the main sentence is to improve the life. Improve the lives life of the end user means every day bring technological products respecting the environment. We have been always concentrate on this target, means serve the end user, but also bring technological innovation. Regarding our value, we have 4 main values in our company: excellence, innovation, enthusiasm, and competence. Excellence is permit to offer a continuous development of products in terms of performing solution. Innovation, because we invest every year and probably in the next few years also in the factory to develop technology and also design. Then we are enthusiastic because we work in a small team and we are creating, I would say, a close relation each other. Okay? In parallel, we have also the value of competence because we have some engineers, technicians, and very trained from different universities like Politecnico Milano, which are the best engineers in Italy. This is our headquarters in Alfianello, based at 1.5 hours from Milano, where we invest in logistics center here, the 20,000 square meters. Here in the headquarters, we have this, I would say, central decision for the CEO, CFO, but also marketing and communication, purchasing, logistic, administration, pre-sales, after-sales is based in our headquarters in Alfianello. And we have all the sales organization from Italy, from consumer channel, professional channel, and export and OEM. Regarding the factory, the second site where we produce, we have here in our factory purchasing department, production, quality, factory management, academy, where we train the different installers, administration, and research and development. Research and development is based with a specialist completely dedicated to research and development. They are near the production and near our laboratories and near the product. So they can immediately react in terms of product modification, innovation, and reaction. This research has, I would say, we are also dedicated to the higher quality of our product, and it's good that the research and development based in Italy. So the team, we have 3 engineers based here and 4 technicians. In addition, for the research and development department, we have 6 calorimetric chambers based on different technology: air to air, air to water, air to water, and air to air, which are divided in different, I would say, consisting on 2 rooms in order to study the reaction of the machine in different temperature. We can probably go to -20, simulate working conditions of the machine at -20 to +45. In parallel, we have also an anechoic chamber, which is a chamber dedicated for the noise level, because each machine has to fulfill some requirements in terms of standard for Europe, UN regulation. So we use, in that case, calorimetric chambers, but also in terms of sound sound, we can analyze our machine and give in our catalog the right figures about the working condition of the machine. Here, after, we have the production. The production is based on 6 assembly lines where we work with different gas, R14A, R32, and we have a production of heat exchangers, plus painting department, and we have, at the end of each line, a final testing, which permits to test and make a report for each machine produced 100% to study if there is a problem at the end of the chain, we can restudy and rework the machine. Of course, we have different certification of quality in our company based on the European rules and ISO 9001, French norm, and control of quality inside the factory. Also, we have an academy. Here we train approximately 500 Italian, or we are in contact. I would say we make some training for a group of 10 to 15 people regularly. So it permits to train our partner about our product. We have a long-term approach about this because we know that it is important for installer to have minimum knowledge to install the unit. So this is how it looks. So we have in real the different machine installed and a dedicated place where we can show all our different solutions in different configuration. In addition, we have a service of post-sales. I'll give you the information. The post-sales is in contact with 500 Italian, I would say, after-sales service during the year, and also more or less 80 international partners. So it means they are quite dedicated to the customer to help in terms of techniques. To give you an idea, today Argoclima, I would say in 2021, the turnover of Argoclima is around 90 million euro. And we think that in 2022 we will be around 100 million. So the progression and the repartition of the turnover is based on the Italy market, which is our major market, historic market, and export markets. Inside we have also OEM business for the export market. So globally, I would say this year would be more or less the same repartition in percentage. Of course, this factory in Italy has also invested to show example also in solar activities. On the top of on the roof of the Argoclima factory, you have 6 megawatts that you can produce every year for electricity. So we have, as industrial, concentrate on renewable energy and environment to show also the example to our partner that we can also produce environment energy. Solar energy, renewable energy. In terms of product, we have different segmentation of product. This is a product that we produce in Italy actually. IAM, which is a range of product, which is a monoblock heat pump, air to water, and I-series, which is a split air to water heat pump. In parallel, we develop our own monoblock air conditioner and split portable do-it-yourself. Then, in terms of product that you produce in Italy, we have also OM products like heat pump for other players in Europe, swimming pool heat pump for some major customer also, and we are developing also this range for other brands. Why? Because our factory need a volume to produce, and more we have volume, better it is for price issue, for scale economy, I would say. So we are producing for our own brand, but also for some other, sometimes. Depends on the product development. In the future, we can imagine that will be here heat pump NIBE in the near future. We have in our range also capability to offer you a range of mono split, multi-split air conditioner. Our previous technology is based on R410A gas. This range of split and multi-split is based on R32 refrigerant. We can go to minus 25 for some split, high wall, console minus 22. And we offer different possibility as wall type, cassette, duct, floor ceiling, and console. We have in this range of product, which named X3, also a commercial application with a bigger monosplit, starting from 3.5 kilowatt to 16 kilowatt in cooling. And we develop also here in our offer different possibility with a cassette, slim duct, high static pressure duct, and floor ceiling. This also in R32. This year we have developed all, in the range of X3 air-to-water heat pump. To be honest, this heat pump, all this product coming from our agreement with GRI, and we have Argo branded this agreement on this product. So the idea of this range is to have a monoblock and split heat pump also. We have also a specific product which is freestanding air based on R32. Yes?
How long that air to water pumps coming from factories?
What do you mean?
I think agreement with the GRI.
I don't get you. We have actually some agreement and we have some deliver of heat pump.
Yeah, but now you have on the NIBE group.
Yeah.
And are there coming some problems now?
No. For the moment, we have for the heat pump 3 main ideas. First is produce in Italy, one produce in China, and the future will be create in the future. So we don't have at the moment an offering other product than that we have at the moment. But we are working for the future, of course, with our new partner, which is our new shareholder, which is NIBE.
Are that will be change products also, or thing?
I would say it's too early at the moment to know exactly the strategy that we will have. What we know is that we will cooperate in production with our new shareholder to develop new heat pump based on another gas, which is a R290. Because today our range from Italy is R410A, the range from China is R32. The future will be probably R290 heat pump. It is little early now to tell you exactly all the model will be developed in our factory, which size we will have, and what will be the decision that we will take to stop China or not, but and go for this. For the moment, it is not the question. We want to offer to the market different solutions, and to have R290 seems to be a strategic and interesting development for the future. Regarding the range of mono and multi-split, it's important to understand that we have a full range of monosplit, as I told you, high wall, cassette, slim duct, console, and slim console. This is a monosplit working at -25 for the high wall and -22 for the console. All the other part of the range working at -15. It is R32 and long distance Wi-Fi for each indoor unit. In terms of package, our offer is also between 4 kilowatt and 17 kilowatt in heating, which we reach energy efficient class A++ in cooling and A+ in heating mode. Working also, working at -20 with outdoor temperature. Here we offer cassette, slim duct, and console. To come back to your question, this is a segmentation of our heat pump today. We have our monoblock, okay, split type, built-in solution, and all-in-one solution. This is what we offer in our range, what we produce and develop. And floor standing, as I told you before, we have also this product which is could be interesting for certain solution when you have a floor standing application, where you can do heating and cooling in turbo mode. Voilà. In parallel, we have also, in the future, investing our competencies and knowledges for having and integrating in our range modular chiller. Modular chiller, reversible, with a full inverter as a heat pump also, with R32 refrigerant. We can use this modular chiller as a simple unit, but you, as it says modular, you can add different outdoor units to the first model. So we have today two models, 30 and 60 kilowatt. The first, here you have the basic model, I would say modular, and you can add after accessories like double pump, hydro kit, in addition for the chiller. Okay. If you have any question about, okay, maybe as you are interested about chiller business, it's very new. It's not so common because it also comes from Asiatic country, and they don't have experience about the water technology. It's a new ideas, and the interesting, I would say, position for this is that you can couple different sizes of chiller to reach a certain capacity. You have always one base or one block, which is the central unit, which serving like a master and slave. The first unit would be the master, and then communicate to the other. And the advantage is that they can work together, but if one unit doesn't work, the complete system still working. To work with our heat pumps and with our chiller, we have developed also a different, I would say, category of product, like fine coils, which is, we have different possibility and different size for fine coils. where you look for instance, casing, non-casing fine coils, floor ceiling, or you put in vertical or horizontal. We have also cassette, double cassette, with different size also. And classical, I would say, fine coils without casing, but we have a full range. We are developing in the future slim fine coils that you can find. We have our catalog of the slim fine coils already printed to give you an idea about the different size and the different possibility. It's very interesting because it's very thin also. It's 20 centimeters only, working with a valve, two-way valve. Then to continue on the, I would say on the commercial range, we have also possibility to offer VRF system, like mini VRF, VRF three-phase, slim VRF, and VRF home, I would say. All possible indoor unit also for the VRF. Interesting is the 8-way cassette that we recently integrate also in the range. That's complete against the round cassette, which is 360 degrees. This cassette is interesting because the flow coming from the different sides of the cassette. And of course, all the classical range of indoor unit, like high static pressure duct, floor standing, console, floor ceiling, and wall type. It permits to create different, I would say, answer to different size of building that you can couple, I would say, with all the indoor units. And in parallel, Argo is also offering technology and quality product for consumer markets. Even if our orientation today is very concentrated on professional, we have also markets for, I would say, portables, air coolers, air treatment, electrical heating. Even more, we are leader in Italy, so we have here for portables more than 20 models every year that we offer to different consumer markets. We have air coolers and dehumidifier, humidifier and air purifier. Today we are working on the winter range for electrical heating also. So it's a part of our activities, which is also not bad turnover, and we have this even if we are concentrated on the professional channel. I would say as a conclusion, just for the presentation of Argoclima, we have, I would say Argoclima is able to offer you a solution for the different problematic of heating or cooling that you need for your house, from 2 kilowatt to 60 kilowatts, basically. But if you put different modular chiller, you can reach much higher until 16 outdoor units, so you can reach much higher capacity in kilowatt. Always in the idea to improve the and optimize the house needs and the end user needs. So for each customer, you can have, or each problematic, you can have a product, a solution to answer to the requirements. In terms of selection, and if we go more in details of what we are interested today, we can make an example, for instance, for the selection of the products, because of course it's it's easy to offer products, but you have to know and to consider as a professional what is the need, but you have to take care of different approach and different parameters when customer call you or when you have to answer to engineer or study offices. This selection, I would say, are essential to be considered to define the right solution for your customer. According the project, if it's a new construction or old house, it's a completely different approach, because for the new houses you will need probably a higher capacity because it's more isolate. For old, and we discussed before about this, for old houses you have to maybe renew the complete system of heating, and the need and capacity are completely different. Then essential parameter is the isolation of the building, which has to be considered to evaluate the proper technology. Then, of course, parameters which are different from different, I would say, countries, coming from the temperature outside, the indoor temperature, I would say, to select a unit. If you're in Scandinavia, you will need a minus 20 unit. In Africa, maybe less, depends the part of the country. So also the size of the buildings, the exposition of the buildings, the number of person in the building, if there is a fridge, if there is television. So this is a balance that you have to define with your customer in order to select the proper technology. If the exposition, also the north, the south, and also if there are windows or not. This will depend about what you will need in capacity and which technology you will select. If we take an example of, for instance, a heat pump, we applicate more or less a formula. If you want to heat, for instance, a house, if we take an example of house of, I would say, 100 square meters, with size of the roof is 2.5 meters. Okay, if you make this formula with the delta T, you can at the end define the capacity where you need. It's a calculation that we usually do in our, I would say, in our professional experience. You have to take the volume of the house, multiply per the isolation coefficient. Okay. Generally, the coefficient of isolation is based on 1 to 4. It's your appreciation to evaluate if, for instance, a heat pump has to be selected in a house and which isolation coefficient I should take. And you multiply per the delta T, which is delta T temperature between outdoor temperature and indoor temperature. If we take an example, for instance, here a house, 100 square meters, you have approximately 100 square meters, a volume is 250 square meters, you have outdoor temperature minus 20, and you need ambient temperature 19. In that case, the delta T will be 39, 20 to 0 plus 19, okay? If you consider a coefficient of isolation of 1, the house is well isolated, and you are in class maybe A or B, which is very good. 4 is very bad. So you multiplicate and you reach a number approximatively, I would say. It's not a definitive formula, but you will need, for instance, for this house, more or less 9,700 watts, which can be more or less 10 kilowatts. So you will need in your house 10 kilowatts, okay? to cover the need of heating. So it will mean, and as we discussed, that you have to select, for instance, for the heat pump in our catalog, you have to consider 10 kilowatts. If you have more people, 10 television, of course you consider more, its exposition is north and you have a lot of windows, you have to consider this more than 10 kilowatts. But this has been just for a selection for the heat pump, an idea, so you can take our catalog and check the different table where you can select or not which unit you need. In that case, if we are in Scandinavia, we will select a heat pump, split heat pump, based on the 10 kilowatt rate. If I check the 10 kilowatt, at minus 20, I would be 5.7, as we said before. And your COP would be 3.49. So it's still, I would say, okay when you work with the temperature of the water at 35 degrees. Working with higher temperature, it's nearly a nonsense in terms of technology because you will lose completely your efficiency and your COP. So in that case, at minus 15, we have 3.774, which is quite good COP at this temperature at 35 degrees. Because 1 kilowatt produce, 1 kilowatt electricity spent, 3 kilowatt heating given. So in that aspect, it is interesting to check the table for each heat pump and what we recommend as a producer and industrial. In parallel, we can dream about ideal house, I would say, with Argoclima. It's of course our target and our objective for many years and for the future also. We would like to have like a heat pump for a single house, able to control, I would say, domestic hot water, making some air conditioning, and giving you tap water. Plus floor heating if it's possible, and working coupled with solar to heat the domestic hot water. The ideal solution would be to couple all the energy all together, maybe to work on the tank as a base. But today, Argoclima is, I would say, the only company able to work as a air-to-air and air-to-water technology in the same time. The idea of a certain range of Argoclima is to produce domestic hot water as a more or less free in making working the outdoor unit with the indoor unit in cooling mode. The heat recovered by the indoor unit will come back to the outdoor unit, give to the compressor super heating of the compressor, and the discharge, what is the power of Argoclima, is to propose a discharge to the domestic hot water as a free energy to heat the domestic hot water. In parallel, the water system work by its own for tap water. This would be ideal. Of course, there is many possible application with our unit, where you can use, of course, this system with an EMIX or with an aqua unit, separate system where we have a heating and cooling floor, plus you can manage domestic hot water and indoor unit as a split type. This is important. people who evaluate and test the machine has understood how it works and how we can mix some different technology to reach air-to-air and air-to-water. After, we can go more in details about the different power of the unit.
Right now we don't have time.
Yeah, okay. So then different application with existing tank. I don't know why this title, okay. You can make work the heat pump, I would say, with existing tank, and you manage your duct with gas. Same idea, so you heat the water with the gas coming back from the compressor, with an heat exchanger, and you create your tap water. Then a possible application also with a boiler. Of course, this is not so trendy today, but with the boiler, people try to put out the boiler today with gas and oil. But it's also possible to couple our system to existing boiler and continue to work with different indoor units. And of course, which is also interesting, is the solar panel coupled to the outdoor unit of our heat pump and domestic hot water tank plus indoor units. So as I told you, and in regards to our different partners, we have been concentrated on R410A. We will develop, we have developed R32, and we will go in the future with R290 development. In terms of regulation, we are thinking about for range. So it's difficult to give regulation for all the range, but for some, I would say for some technology, we will have, for instance, our regulation per accessory we use, and also in Wi-Fi, and also a regulation to control different indoor units with the same system. So it means that we'll disappear progressively as a manual controller. We will replace by a Wi-Fi controller. We are in development for this with an application for I-series unit, for instance, which is not ready yet, probably January 2023, that you can control the complete system of I-series with application in Wi-Fi. Okay. This is the last picture. I just want to tell you that today, as a factory, and considering that we have a strong partner today, our idea is to follow our partner also. So and we notice that all the big players in air conditioning are investing in Europe, reinvesting in the factory. So we will follow these trends, and with our new partner, we have some idea also to develop heat pump with R290, but other program or dedicate for different size in order to, I can say, bring to the market new product and innovation. The idea of the group of Nibe is to reinvest in 7 factories in Europe, like Panasonic, Mitsubishi, Daikin are doing at the moment the same decision, in order to avoid, I would say, dependence probably to country abroad. Well, I would like to thank you for your attention. I hope that I introduced you well Argoclima and the possibility, the possible offers, considering that we can go more deeper technically all together to enter more in details of the technique of the machine. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
Stop.
So, I'm pretty sure nobody actually asked for this, right? Like these are all photoshopped? This one's written by hand. From the Canadian Ryan you know and love. Nope, not that one. Not that one either. Alright, maybe I should be more specific here. From the Canadian Ryan you know and love, who doesn't have six-pack abs, comes another YouTube show making fun of movies that you watch instead of seeing the actual movie. Come on, be honest. Pitch meeting. Meet producer Guy, a Hollywood bigwig so blinded by greed that he'll accept any cash grab that comes his way, no matter how little sense it makes.
And then he jumps out a freaking window.
Oh, why would that character do that?
So the movie can happen.
That works.
He'll team up with screenwriter Guy, an equally intelligent Hollywood sellout, putting in a Clark Kent level of effort to look like a different person. Together, they'll expose the formulaic storytelling and weird plot holes that plague modern blockbusters, while also making sure to plug their ever-growing list of catchphrases.
So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Oh, wow.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about that. Oh.
Okay, let me get off of that thing.
Because
That works.
that's what we're going with.
Well, okay then.
Hey, shut up. So anyway.
Oh my god.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
So the movie can happen.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Oh, having way too many catchphrases is tight.
Is it going to be hard to say your catchphrases all the time, screenwriter Guy?
What's that?
Would you say that'd be difficult to do?
Oh, okay. I get it.
Say it. Say the thing.
I don't really feel like it at the moment.
Say it, or you won't get the views.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
He said the thing. Strap in and witness a comedian slowly lose his mind as what started as two pretty grounded characters slowly morph into two perma-smile psychopaths over the course of 5 years, and get so used to seeing this guy in front of a green screen that it becomes kind of unsettling to see him out in the real world.
Hello.
Get back in the basement, clown.
Okay.
Enter a world shrouded in mystery that raises tons of questions like, why do these two guys always have the same haircut? What's the deal with the weird big-eyed thumbnails? And how long will producer Guy pause between his third and fourth wows?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Wow. Riveting. Starring Ryan George. And that's it. Just one guy. I don't know what you want me to say here. It's just him. This pitchable me. Is this the part where you plug my stuff? Or no? Okay, cool. No problem.
Hi everybody, Ryan here. Thanks so much for watching episode 300 of Pitch Meeting. It's completely crazy to me that I've made 300 episodes of this show and that people are still watching. I really, truly, deeply appreciate it. And next week there's gonna be a special announcement at the end of the Pitch Meeting, so be sure to tune in for that. And obviously, massive thank you to Honest Trailers and Epic Voice Guy for helping out with this video. If you somehow haven't heard of them already, please go check them out and subscribe. I hope that it was super easy for them to help out.
I've got 99 problems, but a pitch ain't one.
Okay.
there's a PewDiePie video I was gonna watch. People linked it to me.
I had decided I was going to quit YouTube about 2 years ago. I just wasn't sure how to go about it, but in my mind I was so set on it. Then I started looking back on why I started YouTube, or when I started. You know, I was in Sweden, I was living in all alone. I was technically on a good track, you know, I was in university, I had my career path laid in front of me. I knew, even though I wasn't feeling good, I knew I would be fine. But I remember how stuck I felt at that time, just doing something I didn't want to do whatsoever. So I was just doing YouTube, hoping, praying, because it wasn't even a job back then, really, for gaming channels at least.
Yeah, I didn't. The thing is, like, I actually started my YouTube channel. I thought to myself, I was like, man, I hope I can make enough money to where I don't have to get a job while I'm in college. That was my only goal. And I hit that goal in like 6 months. And I was even past that goal, like way past it. And I was like, hey, yo, fuck this school shit, homie. We gonna play WoW. Yeah, I just said, fuck this.
That maybe it would work out. And just remembering how stuck I felt back then to now where I just feel so free, I just wanted to really say thank you for that, for making
I don't think
that
he's gonna
possible.
quit.
There's been a lot of changes on the channel lately, so I figured it made sense to do kind of an update video on looking on the past and where the channel is now and where it's going in the future. As you know, which I've kind of shoved in your face, me and Martin moved to Japan, and I feel like,
good
you
for
know,
him.
on the topic of quitting, now would really be the perfect time. You know, my channel kind of peaked. We tried so many different things, done so many different things, and I just, yeah. It'd be the perfect, you know, we moved to Japan, and so they lived happily ever after. It's funny because
There's no way he's ever gonna quit. Okay? Like, there's no way any of these guys, most of them, like 90% of them are never gonna fucking quit. You're gonna be hearing about these assholes in 50 years. Why not? Because they like doing it. That's the reality. Like, they like doing it. It's not even about the money. They've got all the money. He's got all the money he fucking needs. Yeah, he just likes doing it. It's like, I fucking hate it, and then you're not doing it, and you're like, ah, well, I might as well do it.
I even see comments kind of like begging me to quit, like, bro, just quit already. What else do you want? And I get it. It just
they'll have
it
an
makes
audience?
sense, right? But the awkward part is, I'm still here.
Yeah, that is...
Post credit. Hey guys, I'm not quitting. But yeah, 2 years ago when I decided that I was gonna quit, it was because I had gone through so much drama at the time, and you know, it hasn't always been perfect, but I do feel like I've gone through a lot of scrutiny as well, and the negative was just outweighing the good at that point. But it didn't feel right to quit just because other people, especially when so many people are still being so supportive, you know? And yeah, I look back on my 10 years on YouTube, and
I don't think that I'll ever really completely quit. Like, personally, I don't think I'll ever really stop. Like, there might be a day where I don't stream every single day and I'm doing something else. But I don't see a world where I'm not uploading something stupid onto the internet with some degree of regularity. You know what I mean? Like, there will be some degree of regularity of stupid things from me for the foreseeable future.
It's been a wild fucking ride, and I would do it all again in a heartbeat. I'm so grateful for all the memories and experience that I had so far, but the thing is, I don't want to do it again. Because I'm a different person now because of it. I look back on everything that we've done and I'm super proud of it, and it's amazing, but, you know, I'm ready for
We are from Armatec. It's a Nordic-based company. I don't know if you have heard us before, but we are born through flow technology. And we represent the part that is working with refrigeration. Our main goal today is talking a lot about sustainability and how we can affect green energy solutions. Basically through fans. But a few words about what we're doing. We are trying to have modern solutions for different types of applications. We are working with air-cooled outdoor units, everything from dry coolers that you see on more or less every roof. And when you watch this kind of application, you will see rows of fans, more or less. Traditionally, these kind of solutions have what we call cut-off functions, which means that the products, the fans, are using speed from 0 to 100%. This is not very energy efficient, so we need to find a more sustainable solution. So that's what we are going to talk about today. 15% of the total energy consumption in the world is now occupied by HVAC systems. We need to reduce our eco footprint by modernized technology. So how do we do this? Electronically controlled fans. That's a really smart way on doing this, because like I told you, typical, we have this dry cooler with 8 units. And when you start this, it goes and work on 100%, but actually it just might need 20% or 40%. So why use all this energy? So we are developing with our suppliers as well, smart electronical used units. Any questions so far? No? So, for example, the benefits of using easy technology today, or let me back up, why aren't we using controlled fans in every modern HVAC system? Before, it's kind of, we have talked about it for a few years, but now with the energy crisis, it's actually being more on the topic. So for the commercial refrigeration displays in like a supermarket, you can find 200 small fans. And if they are working with old AC technology, they will just keep running. And when the store is closed, it will still continue running. This is energy waste, as we would like to call it. So we will find smart solutions to change this for electronic control motors that actually can reduce reduce how they operate during the night. So during the night, when it closes, it goes down to the minimum, what they need for the requirements to keep the cabinets cold. So compared to an AC technology, we can actually save up to 70% of the energy just by smart controlling.
Today, most of the supermarket refrigeration cabinets are already equipped with the AC fan. But in the towns, there are still a lot of cabinets with the AC fan, and it's quite easy to change models.
So the first question that we asked ourselves, why isn't everyone working with electronic control fans? And we identified that people think that this is hard to make these retrofit solutions. And people are afraid of, okay, now I need a controller, do I need electrical skills? So we are working a lot with the plug and play. You just take the old technology and put the new technology inside in the same application, because that's the easiest way. And if we're going to reduce the carbon footprint, we need to do this a bit more rapidly than what we've been doing so far. If you look into, for example, a producer today, they realized this a few years ago, that they can't work with old technology. But it's always been a discussion, okay, how do we do this in the most efficient way? Because we have working cabinets or working products out in the market. But now, actually, we are facing probably the worst energy crisis and climate change. So we need to do this. So for us, it's very important that we use smart technology to get there faster. And the smart technology comes from brilliant minds that actually listen to the market. So for us, we are starting to realize that the potential of reducing both carbon footprint and energy cost and energy savings is by using this type of modern fans. Questions? What does it mean with electronic control fans? It means that instead of using all this power and all, because the power that requirements for you starting up a fan, or 10 fans or 20 fans in an industrial or producing warehouse, it's so much energy that just goes to waste because you don't need to use it. Instead of having 10 units working on 100%, you can have 10 units working on 20% and have the same effect. Today we are measuring energy in almost every aspect of what we do. But this kind of product has been a bit behind the market because it has been working. So why change something that's working? But now no one wants to pay for the energy that's not needed. We just want to pay for the energy. So the solution is that we control the fluids, see how much energy that we're actually using. We control the fans. We can actually read and do analysis on the fans. And in that case also, we're talking about sustainability. Because if you have a product that's going for 100%, it won't last as long as a product that's working in 50%. So we don't need to buy a new one every 5th year, perhaps 15 years, because we don't need to change it because it's broken, because it's overloaded. And also, they produce a lot of heat that has effects on other components. So in terms of sustainability, we can actually reduce the amount of products, and we can start preparing fully functional products. And also, this 15% of the total world energy consumption, if we can reduce that by just using smart technology, I think it's a very good way to do this. Welcome. So, energy and reduce costs, because if the market needs to be ready for this, and the market is always, why should I invest in new products? And of course, we need to push for the carbon footprint, the environment, and also we need to push about using the energy. So we're talking about, I will start in the bottom, potential cost savings with short term of investment. Because we are not just investing in the environment, we are also investing in the amount of energy that we need to produce to keep our businesses alive. So this is kind of the most important. If we can reduce our costs, we can use the energy more smarter. Sustainability and green orientated. That's, of course, it's a term that a lot of companies use. But what does it mean to be a sustainable company? It means that, of course, we will reduce our energy and also what I talked about before, the sustainability. We can't keep producing products because we need to produce smart products that actually is usable over time. Custom and adaptable and flexible, of course. Today the market looks different. So we need to adapt, and we need to adapt quite fast. And longer lifetime, of course, it's important. We need to reduce, how can I say this? We need to reduce buying a motor cheap. And yeah, of course, and you can replace it in a year or 5 pieces in 5 years. Why don't have one smart function that can last all the 5 years or 10 years? And of course, better efficiency. That's kind of the main topic. If we're going to do this, we need to have smart products. Anything? No?
And the range of products we have with Onninen is for mostly for supermarkets, but of course this kind of motors can be used everywhere, and they are used everywhere.
Yeah, Onninen actually took a very good decision starting with this type of events. We are very happy for that, because with the assortment that Onninen now working with, it gives the market a solution, and they can go to an Onninen store and actually get the solution in their hands. And that's the first step of changing out old technology.
For example, with the refrigeration cabinets, if you use the old AC technology, by changing to simple easy models, 2-speed, you can save, if the cost was like 600,000, 60,000 euro, the cost after you change will be like 30,000.
And also, when we are doing these calculations for, let's say, 200 motors, we also calculate what does it cost for a service technician to go out there and changing the product, because that's also a factor. Because the end user, they want a smart solution. They don't want to repair it every 5 months. So when we calculate this, of course, we look into all the aspects. But today, depending on market, a technician today, they know what to do. So they have 2 or 3 of these small easy motors in the car, and they are changing it directly.
The consumption for a supermarket is 50% is the refrigeration supermarket cabinets. It's 50% of the energy consumption in a standard supermarket.
So when we are talking to a constructor or their customer or whatever, we are talking about those values of energy efficiency. If you talk to someone that says, no, I don't want a more energy efficient product, let me know. I will personally call him. Because this is so important. Going in 5 years in the future, do you think we will work with old AC technology? I don't think we won't even be able to buy some of the products in 5 years. We're already seeing the producers are now rapidly changing the market by making old models obsolete. So we need to adapt, and we need to adapt fast. And this is why, as I told you before, the plug and play, it's very important to make this energy efficient change and this retrofit change. Look into cars. Cars is a very good comparison, because when electrical vehicles came into the market, it kind of bloomed. Today it's 1.5 year in delivery time because everyone wants to have an electrical vehicle. So we are going in a much faster rate in this change. And 15%, of course, is a huge amount of energy just for HVAC systems and cooling and refrigeration systems. So we need to reduce that.
You have the possibility to reduce it.
Yeah. Questions? No? So a bit about the conclusion. We have been on this, but that it's no doubt, not for me anyway, and I don't think if we look globally, it's no doubt that we need to change to easy technology. And we need to be prepared to do this shift from conventional AC motors, and the energy savings and the possibilities to optimize the refrigeration market, because the technology is already here. Now we need to use it. Modern products, I think that's main key. And I've been talking to a lot of people here today, of course, and I think everyone is on the same page when it comes to reducing the energy costs. By being proactive, we can actually reduce the CO2 footprint and at the same time reduce our cost. We can actually be more efficient, smarter. Questions? No? So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So it was a good 15-20 minutes.
I think the first question that comes to mind regarding the whole fan exchange, I assume not all controllers support the voltage requirements to run the fans correctly.
Good questions.
Is it 0 to 10?
0 to 10 volts, 40 to 20 milliamperes, or you can go with Modbus or PWM controlling. Today, there is a few exceptions that's just going for 0 to 10 volts, but more or less they are prepared for the type of controlling that the customer will require. Right now, the easiest way to control this is by 0 to 10 voltage, because you can have actually one of the most simple controllers doing this. If you look into a typical dry cooler today, they already have the kind of similar systems, but they are controlling the fans over 230 voltage. So they have this, how do we call it, frekvensomriktare?
Frequency converter.
Yeah, frequency converter, thank you. They already have this, the market already knows the basic of the technology. Now they can just remove the converter and do it with a more simpler controller. Because then you go for temperature controlling, for example. Then you can control all the fans by temperature on the fluids. So in a way, of course we need to educate the market as well in controlling this, but the controls are already on the market. Some of our colleagues here today are actually working with the controllers. They're quite easy. You don't need to be afraid of that. And another factor is, of course, the controlling has in the past been a resistance, because people think it's hard. In my opinion, it's more easy to work with a 0 to 10 voltage controller than a frequency converter.
I think the main issue could be the fact that people are afraid that they will not match the correct controller. But as I understand, basic controllers mostly support 3 speeds by default.
Yeah, 3 or 5 speed.
5 for bankers, I think you have like on the board, but you can select the in software. But
On the EC fans.
on EC fans, you basically just select the voltage you want,
Yeah.
and you can still control it even with 3-speed control.
Yeah.
People just need to be more aware of it.
Yeah, the controlling part is of course one factor that we need to explain it in an easier way. So, and of course, 2-3 years back, we don't need to go that far back. We actually had a bigger price difference as well in production of EC motors and fans than the old technology AC fans. But today, there's almost no price difference. That makes this, I'm being more curious, why aren't we doing this faster? But in the controlling aspect, you can always control an EC fan on max speed. So this is more a technical question, but you can actually do that. You're not using the whole potential of the product, but you can control it on max speed. Then it's going to be a on-off function either way, but that's kind of driving a sports car in. Yeah, too slow.
But the saving would be, of course, less.
Yeah.
For example, if you have a 100% working EC fan and 100% working AC fan, EC fan still is more efficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not so much.
Not so much.
By controlling it, you can...
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, if you go max speed on a EC motor, it's a lot more efficient. I think 3 to 10% more efficient on max speed, but that's not the kind of the purpose. By controlling it, we don't need to work 100% on these products, because the end user want to reduce both their costs and be more aware of what they are using. I went by a shopping mall and I looked up on the roof and I saw this type of applications. What I could see from the road, it was at least 10 pieces on that roof. So if we can change, I don't know if it was easy motors, I couldn't see from the road, but actually just 10 pieces from working on 7 kilowatts on 100% for an hour to reduce that to 20% or 30% depending on the demand. Of course, and take that in a year. It's a lot of energy consumption for no benefit. So that's kind of the meaning, that we see them everywhere, but they are working, so we don't need to change them. And right now we are going into the next phase of this, because now we are forced to start changing our behavior, and we need to be more aware. And you can actually start by changing a few of these units. You don't need to change everyone at the same time, that's preferable, but I can also understand it's quite a lot of money. And when it comes down, we need to explain that you can start change this in sections. So the cost is still reduced, because they just need to change the controller and the fans. But they can do that. The fans they can change in over a few years if they want to. That's not the issue, because you can always run an easy control motor on high speed if you want to. So we need to, but it's a very good question, because we need to take out all the uncertainties. Any more questions? Do you work a lot with contractors? When we encounter contractors, let's say they are building a preschool or whatever, they often look into the energy solution first when they start building. At least in Sweden, because there are demands that says you need to have energy awareness today. You need to measure everything. So when I ask them, why aren't you putting more effort into the cooling systems? No, because it's kind of a small part. No, it's not. It's actually, it's not. It's quite of huge, because this will be here as long as this preschool is operational. It's a demand of energy. So this is very, very important. And if you go into supermarkets and supermarkets cabinets, it's even more important, because they have products and customers from 7 in the morning to 10 in the evenings, 365 days each year. They need to have sustainable products. For me, it's very important to push on that factor, that this needs to be operational every hour of the day. It's like having a heat pump. If you have a heat pump that's not energy efficient, you don't want it, not today at least, because it's too expensive. And we need to see the market. It's the same even if it's a producing customer, a contractor, or whatever. We need to have sustainable products that's also meeting the demand for tomorrow, because we don't know what tomorrow will look like. At least not I don't. So we need to prepare with smart products.
Basically this year, as we all know, there was a shortage for EC fans for a while, like extreme shortage. A lot of manufacturers basically said you should just order frequency converter with AC fans and it will be about the same. How do you comment on that?
Yeah, it's a patch.
I would say they are saying this just to save their face.
Obviously.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, to throw out, like, say grocery products, because we don't have the AC fans, you can't throw out the food. That's even more energy waste, because the consumption of producing food is gigantic. So of course, when was electronics shortage, we needed to find a solution. And someone said, oh, yeah, order a frequency. But it's like, once again, why? It's not a sustainable project to tell your customer to drive a car with bad fuel. You need to be smarter.
But really large manufacturers basically were convinced that energy savings are about the same.
I would like to see those calculations because I can't believe it. Yeah, but as like I said, yeah.
In some situations, just to say, if you build a house and you have a time schedule, and suddenly the dry cooler's delivery time is 3 months longer than you're planning to build a house, so you have to solve make something, and then of course.
Well, it's same. It's just those are chillers.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but I know the market is.
It's necessary just to do something. But an AC with a frequency converter has the same saving as an easy solution. Just no.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't say that everyone is just wrong because we needed. I heard customer that's ordering products to large projects without fans because they say, okay, we need to source this on another way because the producer of the dry cooler can't manage to produce the product that we wanted. So they're actually buying it without fans.
And they're using it, putting it on the roof with a crane because next week the crane will not be there.
So they actually.
They were forced.
Yeah, so they're forced.
How factory does the check before releasing the product?
Sorry?
When factory finishes manufacturing of the unit, it usually does an inside check of if it works or not, is there issue, leak, something.
Yeah.
Do they skip it?
No, I think they make the pressure checks, but they can't make the air checks. But the customer can't wait because the crane won't be there next week. So they're actually putting it on the roof and try to source products from another company. So I can understand if companies are finding creative solutions, but it is also an illusion to think that old technology is more energy efficient.
That is why I even asked it, because I wanted to see what you think about it, because I know it's not true.
But the situation with the lackage of some components has created a turbulent or a chaos, of course. But we have to be creative. The people have to be creative to find solutions. But I would say that there is still a long time for easy fans, the delivery times, but it's getting better.
I think electronic components, I mean, it's a lot of products that's being affected. And there are bigger companies and there are smaller companies when it's coming to purchasing electronics today, of course. But the shortage of electronics has put us in a situation that we need to also adapt to. We had a COVID situation, now we have a war in Europe that we need to adapt to. But that can't be, we can't make a shortcut on this because we need to reduce the energy cost, we need to reduce the carbon dioxide footprint. That's a lot of scientists that's been saying this for a lot of years, and now when it's affecting the gas bill, people are trying to do this change very, very fast. So the demand in the market is huge. It's very big right now. And hopefully the shortage of materials will, we are actually seeing that it's starting to look a bit better and better and better and going into 2023.
1 year ago, one manufacturer told me, and I asked, what about the situation? It's bad. And it's still bad. But now it's signs that it's improving and getting better.
I guess that's all from me.
Thank you. Very good questions.
Anything else? No questions?
How do you think the market reacts to this? I mean, probably you talk to constructors and people that are, this is the typical day.
Well, for example, we do have on stock Esberg, maybe you know such a company, and we have those duct fans, AC and EC as well. So, for example, the same size of the fan, AC or DC or EC. EC is much by the airflow is much bigger, but it's the same dimension. And actually, I wanted to ask. You said that it's about 5%. That's like the same dimensions fans, EC or EC, but only 5%. But in insulation unit, I mean in just a regular duct fan, it's much higher actually. EC motor, the air volume.
Yeah, it's higher air volume. It depends on the size of it.
It's the same sizes.
In the same sizes.
The same sizes.
The bigger the size, the bigger the difference we'll get in the AC and EC. And of course, that has to do also with the kind of motor that's on the fan. There are different types of motor capacity as well. So, okay, it's kind of fast said that it's just 5%, but if you take the smaller ones, the difference is actually a bit less. But the bigger they get, the more air that they need to produce, the bigger the difference gets between an AC and an EC. But if you take an EC fan and run it like an AC fan, you won't experience the difference so rapidly, because then you go from 0 to 100% on a much smarter product, and perhaps they just need to work at 50% to have the same capacity.
One thing regarding this for fan coil units, you can have 3-speed motor, you have one airflow, 0 static pressure. If you have EC fan, it automatically has up to 50 kilopascals of static pressure. So I think that is why the air volume is different, because it already covers high power motor.
Yes, of course. Then it's all what type of pressure do you have? How much does the fan need to work? You can actually control this by pressuring systems. So also that's one type of controlling that we are working with. On the condensing side, we see that it's more common that you use condensing pressure to control the fans. But also, this kind of leads back also to the controlling systems. They're very important to make this smart product work smart. If you don't have the right type of controlling, smart products won't work smart. That's basically it. But if you have a 3-speed motor, and typical AC motor in 3 speeds, you are forced to work in either of them. Even if you are on the 2nd speed and you are 10% over what the demand for the unit is, you're actually consuming 10% more energy and air that you need. And I can't understand how or why we are doing this. In an office building, you can have 300 motors, or in a hotel, you can have 300 rooms, and you can save a lot of energy just by making those products work smarter. I saw Snyder were outside here. They are very good in controlling units as well.
Don't have experience with them.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been working sometimes with them. They're good in what they do. Anything else? No. Then thank you for your attention. Hakkame peale siis. Mis siis ikka? Tere kõigile. Andres Meresmaa, firma on Ensto Building Systems. Rõõm teid kõiki näha. Kes oli seal praegu kuulamas seda suurt laadijate paneeldiskussiooni ka? Ma istusin ise viimases reas, sellepärast ma seljad kukla tagant ei näinud, kes seal olid ja kes ei olnud. Väga huvitav diskussioon oli, päris viimased minutit ei kuulnud, siis ma läksin autost tooma neid asju. See keskendus rohkem elektriautode avalikule laadimisvõrgustikule, probleemidele, mis selle arendamisega seotud on. Ma üritan omalt poolt rääkida siin natukene teises valdkonnas ehk mitte korrata seda, mis seal räägitakse ja tahaks selle piiratud aja jooksul, mis meil siin kasutada on, rääkida kahest asjast. Esiteks, tutvustada teile meie kõige uuemat tooteuuendust ehk siis täiesti uusi kodulaadijaid ja miks just need kodulaadijaid, seda ma kohe räägin. Ja teises pooles räägiksin sellisest vajalikust elektriautode laadijate funktsioonist nagu dünaamiline laadimiskoormuse juhtimine ehk siis selline maagiline täheühend nagu DLM, mida kõik need, kes laadimisega veidi kokku puutunud on ehk on kuulnud. Ehk jääb aega ka küsimusteks vastusteks, kui siin ruumis ei jää, siis võime pärast veel kuskil koridori peal edasi arutada, et ma ei tea, kuidas selle ruumi kasutamisega pärast siin lood on. Aga kuna aeg on piiratud, siis ma ilma igasuguse pika sissejuhatuseta lähen kohe teema juurde ehk Ensto Building Systems on Soome taustaga ettevõte, kasvanud välja Soome Ensto kontsernist, mille ajalugu ulatub juba pea 65 aasta taha. Ja autolaadimine on vaid üks paljudest tootevaldkondadest, millega Ensto Building Systems tegeleb ja siia hulka muuhulgas kuuluvad ka siis valgustused, tööstustarvikute lahendused, elektrikütteseadmed, ka kaabliteed ja nii edasi ja nii edasi. Kõige suuremad kontsernitehased asuvad tänasel päeval siinsamas Eestis, nimelt Keeles, kus me just hiljutisel kevadel avasime oma tehase laienduse, 3500 ruutu tuli uut tootmis- ja laopinda juurde ja muuhulgas kolis sinna ka autolaadijate tootmine. Nii et kõik see, millest kohe rääkima hakkame, on Eestis toodetud ja teine tehas on meil Paides, kus valmivad kõik Ensto enda poolt toodetud valgustid. Aga tehaseid on ka teistes riikides ja nii, et see selleks. Alates nüüd eelmise aasta sügisest, juhuks kui keegi veel ei tea, ja ma arvan, et mõni on ikkagi, kes veel ei tea, ei ole Ensto Building Systems enam Soome pereettevõtte või ei kuulu sinna Soome perekonnale, vaid on osa maailma juhtivast elektrimaterjalide tootjast, prantsuse taustaga grupist nimega Legrand. Aga Ensto kaubamärk ei kao mitte kuskile ja Ensto firma nimi on ikka Ensto Building Systems. Nii, eelmine nädal käisin Soomes Jyväskylä messil, mis koroona tõttu on mitu aastat edasi lükkunud. Õnneks nüüd viidi läbi jälle. Ei anna võrreldagi mingite Eesti messidega, ikka mitu suurt saali täis puhtalt elektriasjandust, sadu eksponente, kõik juhtivad tootjad seal väljas oma stendidega, ainuüksi Ensto stend oli vist kas 250 ruutu või midagi ja see ei olnud kindlasti kõige suurem mitte. Ma ise arvasin, et praegusel ajal peaks hästi palju olema näha näiteks päikesepaneele, mis täna siingi on väga suur ja popp teema. Ainult 2 või 3 oli. Uskuge mind, täitsa üllatab. Küll aga praktiliselt igal 3. olid väljas elektriautolaadijad. Kümneid ja kümneid erinevaid. Tundus, et iga firma, kes elektrist natukenegi midagi teab, on hakanud laadijaid tootma. Nii.
Ensto on sellega tegelenud juba alates aastast 2009 ja jõudnud tänaseks õige mitme laadija põlvkonnani. Ja kui seal suures paneeldiskussioonis räägiti põhiliselt avalikest laadimisvõrgustikest, mitu korda käis läbi termin ülikiirlaadija või lihtsalt kiirlaadija, siis see puudutas suuresti alalisvoolu laadimisjaamasid, neid, mis just on nimelt bensiinijaamades või kuskil niisugustes suurtes avalikes parklates, Ensto nendega ei tegele. Meie fookus on algusest peale olnud, ja sellele me oleme kindlaks jäänud, tavalaadimisele, mis tähendab siis laadimisvõimsusi kuni 22 kilovatti. Aga siin on meil täielik sortiment alates lihtsatest kodulaadijatest kuni siis avalike ja poolavalike laadijateni välja. Nüüd, miks ma just plaanin rääkida nendest kodulaadijatest teile täna siin ja praegu. Uuringud näitavad, et ikkagi, nagu ka seal saalis öeldi, et umbes 75% vähemalt elektriauto kasutajaid laeb igapäevaselt oma autosid kodus. Ja seepärast igasugune kodulaadimine on väga oluline ja väga tähtis laadimise seisukohast. Kodulaadijad ei pea olema keerulised, vastupidi. Kodulaadijad peavad olema lihtsad, mugavad käsitleda, lollikindlad, tähendab ka töökindlad, aga neil peavad olema teatud põhifunktsioonid olemas. Ja Ensto kodulaadijate tootesari, mis tuli välja juba paar aastat tagasi, kannab nime Ensto One Home. Ja nüüd siis, kui ma ütlesin, et ma räägin teile midagi uut, siis 2 nädalat tagasi lansseeriti selle tootesarja nii-öelda siis autonduse termini järgi facelift. Tere, tulge aga julgelt sisse, seisukohad. Aknalaua peale võib istuda. Facelift mõningate uute, aga väga oluliste funktsioonidega, mis me siis vaatame järgi. Mis on põhiomadused kodulaadija jaoks vajalikud? Et ta oleks lihtne kasutada. See tähendab seda, et laadimiskaabel on alati komplektis, kaasas, mitte ei ole vaja hakata kuskilt pagasnikust otsima ja juurde panema seda. Üldjuhul, kui me räägime mingitest eramajadest, kus me kasutame kodulaadijaid, siis on vaba kasutus, ehk siis seal võõraid laadimas ei käi, tuleme, pargime auto ära, paneme juhtme külge, hakkame laadima. Aga nüüd 2 uut funktsiooni, mida varem ei olnud, aga nüüd on olemas. Need on siis siin all, kahjuks see punane täpp siin selle ekraani peal ei toimi, aga need on need 2 alumist, ehk siis kodulaadijad võimaldavad nüüd ka laadimiskoormuse juhtimist ja võimaldavad laadimise juhtimist läbi välise automaatikasüsteemi. Sellest ma räägin kohe täpsemalt, mida see tähendab. See on rohkem niisugune tehniline info, et tootekoodid kõik uuenevad kodulaadimise puhul, mis on oluline, mida ma alati kõigile, kes tulevad kodulaadija sooviga, siis ütlen kõigepealt punkt 1, tellige omale auto ära ja siis hakkame otsima laadijat, sest elektriautod on teatavasti erinevad ja erineva laadimisvalmidusega. Ma ei tea, kui palju see teile on nagu teada, ilmselt enamikul on teada, aga on nii ühefaasilise laadimisega autosid kui 3-faasilise laadimisega autosid. On 16 amprise vastuvõtlikkusega autosid ja on 32 amprise vastuvõtlikkusega autosid. Ehk siis 4 erinevat laadimisvarianti on. Ja ei ole mitte mingit mõtet panna ühefaasilisse ja 16 amprisse autosse 32 amprist laadijat, sest rohkem ta ikka vastu ei võta, kui see üks faas ja 16 amprit. Enamik pistikhübriide on ainult üks faas ja 16 amprit. Rohkem ei topi sinna sisse. Enamik tavaelektriautosid, neid täiselektriautosid, tänapäeval on 3 faasi ja 16 amprit. Osadasi küll on ka, mis võtavad vastu 32 amprit, aga valdav enamus on ainult 3 faasi ja 16 amprit. Ei ole mõtet üritada sinna toppida 32 amprit sisse. Ei võta vastu, ei saa grammigi kiirem. Nii, okei, see selleks. Jaa, küsi kohe.
Kas ei tasuks ikkagi juba minna sellise natukene edasi vaatega, et täna ma ostan võib-olla ühe auto, mis ongi see maksimaalselt 3 faasi 16 amprit, aga autod arenevad ja inimesed vahetavad autosid, et järgmine auto võib-olla on suurem, et siis ei peaks iga kord ka laadida vahetama.
Aga...
Ma saaks aru muidugi, et Ensto tahab iga kord uus laadi vastu.
Ei.
Autotootjad saavad aru, et neil on konkurentsi eelis, kui nad teevad auto, millel ei ole laad vaja. Praegu uuevalt elektriautot tuleb sellised, mis võtavad 16 amprit 3 faasi. Ei ole mingit laad vaja. Ei, seda küll, aga see kodulaadija on ikkagi asi, mida on mõistlik panna selles, et mitte see pane oma 3-faasist pistikupesas sinna kuskil seina peale, vaid ikkagi kasutada seda laadijat. Aga autotootjad arvavad, et piisab sellest, kui sa paned selle 3-faasist pistikupesa, annab lugu.
Ei, autotootjad seda ei pruugi arvata, 3-faasine pistikupesa on loll asi ja sealt ei saa nutikalt teda juhtida. Seda autotootjad ei arva. Ja, siis on vaja nutikalt juhtida seda pistikupesa. Aga küsimus on selles, et kui vaadata praegu üldist trendi rahvusvaheliselt, siis uued automargid, mis tulevad täiselektriautod, ei ole 3x32 amprit, vaid on 3x16 amprit. Ja see põhjus on väga lihtne, see on osaliselt ka see, mida saalis räägiti, ehk siis reeglina koduvõrgus ei ole seda 32 amprit ei täna ega ka perspektiivis kuskilt võtta. Teiseks, seda ei ole ka vaja. Seda ei ole vaja, sest reeglina kodus auto laeb üle öö pikalt. Ei ole vaja toppida sinna 122 kilovatti sisse, millega ta mõne tunniga täis laeb. Aega on kuni hommikuni. Piisab 16 amprist. No see on hoopis teine teema. Jaa, nõus, see on hoopis teine teema. Nii, hästi. Lähme edasi nüüd. Kuidas siis on võimalik seda laadimiskoormust juhtida nendes uutes kodulaadijates? Selleks on siis 2 võimalust. Kas siis on, mida varem ei olnud, on siis väline juhtimine läbi potentsiaalivabade kontaktide või siis dünaamiline laadimiskoormuse juhtimine ehk DLM. Milleks see siis vajalik on? Vajalik ongi selleks, et ei peaks elektriauto majja siginemisel tingimata tormama kohe elektrilevisse tegema avaldust peakaitsme suurendamise kohta, mis on seotud täiendavate kuludega, eeldab võib-olla kilbi ümber projekteerimist, ehitamist ja kõik nii edasi. Ja see nutikas juhtimine võimaldab kasutada siis voolu siis, kui teisi tarbijaid ei ole, näiteks öösel ja reeglina siis, kui on soodsam elekter. Üks põhiline asi on see, me ei taha ja ei ole nõus mingil tingimustel oma igapäevastest elumugavustest loobuma selle nimel, et meil kuskil keldris või garaažis auto laeb, eks ole. Keegi ei ole nõus selle nimel radikat välja võtma või õhtul teed joomata jätma või saunas käimata, mida iganes. Nii et see on nagu see põhiline. Mõningad uued tähistused tulid ka, neid nõuavad osaliselt Euroopa Liidu regulatsioonid, neid varasematel ei olnud, need on siin esipaneelil näha nüüd, selle kohe ära võtta, selle pole vaja, see on nüüd täitsa uus. Et ma täna hommikul selle tehasest sain, esimene näidiseksemplar, niisugused tähised varem ei olnud, et üks neist näitab siis, et on tegu nutika või koormust juhtimise laadijaga ja teine on Euroopa Liidu vastavale standardile ette nähtud tähis, et tegu on autolaadija ja selle pistikuga, nii et sellised tähistused. Nii. Nüüd see väline juhtimine. Sellel uutel laadijatel on siis erinevalt vanadest selline täiendav klemmblokk, ehk siis kuhu on võimalik tuua väliseid signaale. Seal on potentsiaalivabad kontaktid, kuhu võib tuua signaali näiteks mõnest taimerist või releest või mingist lülitist, mis lülitab selle laadija ümber. Võib kasutada ka, võib selle signaali tuua ka hoone automaatikast. Ma ei tea, kui palju te olete kuulnud sellisest nimest või kaubamärgist nagu Netatmo. Tegu on Legrandi kontserni kuuluva ettevõttega, mille Legrand ostis aastaid tagasi enne Enstot. Ja selle Netatmo hoone automaatikaga on need laadijad juba ära testitud, aga testimisel on mitmete muude vastavate süsteemidega täpselt samamoodi. Nii et võimalik on, selle ma viingi kohe esmaspäeval siin Eestis ühede arendajate kätte, ma mõtlen tarkvara arendajate kätte, et nad oma süsteemi seal testiksid. Ehk siis selle süsteemi esitamiseks ongi vaja siis see uut tüüpi kodulaadija, see mingi väline juhtseade ja signaalkaabel, aga need asjad meie poolt ei tarnita. Ja see võimaldab siis veel kordan, et asi oleks arusaadav. See võimaldab siis seda laadijat sisse ja välja lülitada vastavalt sellele väljast saadud signaalile. Nüüd dünaamiline koormuse juhtimine võimaldab laadimist sujuvalt reguleerida, tõsta ja langetada. Ja selleks on nüüd vaja panna kilpi täiendav elektriarvesti, mis on siis moodbus väljundiga. Ja see moodbus väljundiga arvesti on vaja kaabeldusega, nõrkvoolu kaabeldusega RS485, nagu siin kuskil ka kirjas on, ühendada laadijaga. Hetkel, tänasel päeval, toimib see uus kodulaadija selle ühe konkreetse arvesti tüübiga. See ei ole meie enda toode, ärge seda arvake. See ei ole meie enda toode, see on Karl Agatsi toode, mis muuhulgas, nagu meile kuulsin, peaks olema ka Onnise sortimendis olemas. Nii et ei pea seda meie käest üldse ostma. Me võime seda müüa, aga seda on ka teistes hulgides müüa. Nii et selles mõttes meie poolt täiesti siuke neutraalne. Hetkel toimib ta selle ühega. Aga aasta lõpuks on juba lubatud teisi arvesteid ka. Aga peab olema kindlasti see moodbusarvesti, mis siis müüakse komplektis koos voolutrafode ja kõige sinna juurde vajaliku kuuluvaga. Ja peab olema kaabeldus siis sellest arvestist siia laadijasse, siia samma tolle täiendava klemmliistu alla. Ja siis mõõdetakse maja muud elektritarbimist, kogu tarbimist. Ja kui peakaitse on näiteks 25 amprit, mis on väga tüüpiline maja puhul, siis kõik see vool, mis jääb muudest tarbijatest antud ajahetkel üle, antakse laadijale. Kui mõni hetk jääb rohkem üle, antakse rohkem. Kui mõni hetk jääb vähem üle, antakse vähem. Kas keegi teab, mis on minimaalne laadimisvool, millega üldse autot laetakse? See ei ole laest võetud, see on rahvusvaheliste standarditega ette antud ja see on 6 amprit. Ehk siis, ja see kõik autotootjad seda järgivad. Ehk siis, kui see signaal tuleb sealt arvestilt, et alla 6 ampri oleks vaba võimsust anda auto laadimiseks, siis laadimine katkeb. Ja jätkub siis, kui on jälle rohkem. See on igal pool niimoodi. See ei ole mingi tootjate. Kui kiiresti ta vahetab? No, seal on küsimus millisekundites. Ja. Ehk siis see kaitse ei jõua rakenduda.
Ütleme niimoodi, et kas on mingisugune lihtne koduperenaise mingisugune äpp on ju, et sul on majas 2 laadijad on ju, mees mõtleb, et ma naisel täna ei anna voolu, et nii lõpuks läheb. Arvab enda auto. Enda auto laetud, siis võib-olla on naisega.
Ja, just.
Nüüd tarkvara on kaasas või on ta lihtsalt tehnikuna paika, nii on?
2 asja. Sul oli väga hea küsimus ja siin on 2 vastust. Esiteks, punkt 1, jah, sellel on äpp olemas. sellel on olemas äpp, mis on mõeldud paigaldajale, et teha sealt siukseid seadistusi, mida on parem, et lõpptarbija koduperenaine ei näpiks. Ja siis on olemas ka koduperenaise äpp, kust on võimalik siis paika panna näiteks selleks, et naabrimees või oma mees ei saaks laadida, ehk siis võtta ära see nii-öelda vaba kasutus. Ehk siis saab panna paika ka selle läbi äppi. Nii. Nii, ja nüüd ma jõuan 2 laadija ju. Nii, nüüd on nii, tähendab, mis puudutab nüüd seda kodulaadijat, siis kodulaadija ja seda DLM-i, siis see süsteem toimib tänasel päeval nii, et üks arvesti, üks laadija. Ja üks telefon, kuhu see äpp. Just. Põhimõtteliselt küll. See on ka hea küsimus, ausalt öeldes see on ka hea küsimus. Seda tegelikult see ei lahenda, see eeldaks juba prioritiseerimist. See on juba nutikamad lahendus. Jah, just. Aga üldjuhul see nii on, tähendab, et üks laadija on. Ja põhimõtteliselt see on aga, see on ka lahendatav, tähendab, kui on juba tegelikult niisugune olukord, et on 2 elektriautot kodus ja on vaja 2 väljundiga laadijad, siis ma ütleks, et seda tüüpi laadijat ei olegi mõtet üldse panna, siis me jõuame teist tüüpi laadijani, millel ongi 2 väljundit ja siis piisab ka ühest arvestist, ühest moodusliinist ja ühest seadistustest. Põhimõtteliselt küll. Just. Täpselt õieti aru saadud.
Kas see DLM ka seda päiksepaneeli koolu arvestab, et mis meile...
Ja, vaata, see on nüüd juba järgmine küsimus, aga see tegelikult on ju nüüd see, mis on juba enne seda arvestit, eks ole, et kust sealt see vool tuleb, eks ole. DLM arvestab kogu maja tarbimist, mitte toidet. Jaa, see on toite pool.
No, tegelikult ei ole. Teised tuleb selle väikse võimsuse.
No seda küll, jah.
Keerulisem, kui väike laadib autos ja siis jätab
ja, see on veel keerulisem. Sellisel juhul jällegi ma ütleks, et siis on vaja järgmise taseme laadijat, mis toimib selle inverteri ja mis on sellega testitud, siis see lihtne kodul on. Seda on vaja...
Universaalkontrollerit ei ole põhimõtteliselt.
Mida?
Universaalkontrollerit ei ole, mis kõik haldaks ei ole.
Universaalkontrollerit ei ole.
Uuemad autod, Kia ja mis iganes siin pakuvad varianti, et sa saad ka autost nagu tagasi laadida 3,6 kilovatti.
Saad.
Kas sellise laadijaga on see võimalik?
Sellise laadijaga see ei ole võimalik, aga nende teist tüüpi laadijatega see on võimalik meil, jah, mis võimaldavad kahepoolset liikumist, energia liikumist, jah, on küll võimalik, jah, see on olnud juba aastaid võimalik. Samas, nagu mina olen aru saanud, mis ei ole rahvusvahelise standarditega veel lahendatud, täpselt on just nimelt see võrku tagasiandmise küsimus autode akude pealt, et oleks tagatud see pinge kvaliteet, mis sa sinna võrku annad. Jah, sa võid sealt Kiast ja Ioniq 5-st ja veel mõnest võtta selle kaasas oleva toreda ilusa adapteriga välja küll seda voolu, näiteks tolmuimeja toiteks või mingisuguse, ma ei tea, lambi toiteks, prožektori toiteks, jah, see kõik on väga okei. Aga kui sa tahad anda koduvõrku, kus sul on mingisugused arvuti asjad ja nii edasi, et kuidas see on nagu tagatud, et see on piisavalt hea kvaliteet täpselt nii, et sul on 50 hertsi pluss miinus 0,00 täpsusega, eks ole. See on see küsimus. Ja viimati ma kuulsin, et see ei ole lõpuni veel reguleeritud. Ehk siis see on eeskätt tänapäeval, see autodest välja võtmine ongi just see, et see on nagu selleks kohalikuks tarbimiseks, seda auto puhtaks teha ja nii edasi. Nii, nüüd veel üks tähelepanek nii kodulaadijate kui üldse laadijate juures, et kui te valite ja võrdlete, loomulikult võrreldakse erineva tootja laadijad, siis, mis on väga normaalne, kõik asju võrreldakse, siis pöörake tähelepanu palun sellele, missugused kaitseelemendid on laadijates sees. Kas seal on sees kaitseautomaat, kas seal on sees rikkevoolukaitse, tavaline ja elektriauto laadimise toiteahelas peab alati olema alalisvoolu lekkevoolu tuvastus ehk siis B-tüüpi kaitse. Nüüd ongi küsimus, osadel tootjatel see on sisse ehitatud või tarkvaraliselt tehtud, osadel mitte. Ensto laadijatel kõikidel on ta sisse ehitatud. Ehk siis täiendavalt ei ole vaja panna kilpi seda B-tüüpi rikkevoolu kaitset. Muidu sa pead panema B-tüüpi rikkevoolu kaitse, mis maksab, Andrus, palju maksab B-tüüpi rikkevoolu kaitse? Laadija pärast ei tule panna kilpi ühtegi kaitseelementi, sest kõik on sees. Nüüd on küsimus selles, mida nõuab elektriohutusseadus selle toitekaabli kaitseks, mis tuleb kilbist laadijas. Seda tead sina paremini. Vaat just, nii. Aga laadija kui seadme jaoks ei ole vaja kaitset panna kuskile täiendavat kaitset. Just. Nii, et sellele pöörake alati siis tähelepanu just. Nii. Ja siin on veel kord siis too arvesti tüüp kirjas. See on tootekood, eks see Karlo Kavatsi tootekood, te kõik loete siit selle ilusti välja, eks ole, jäi meelde, võin panna järgmise slaidi, kõik õppisid pähe, selle nimetuse nii väga hea. Ühesõnaga, praegu hetkel toimib ta siis selle ühe nimetusega siit ja see on umbes sama lihtne kui Windowsi parool tavaliselt, mis ta vaikimisi pakub, aga neid tuleb siis juurde. Ja nüüd, need on vaikimisi mõeldud siis seinapaigalduseks kõik, aga saab panna siukeste spetsiaalsete postide peale. See on siis eraldi vaja tellida post ja kui post pannakse selle väikese betoonialandi sisse, mitte tolle sisse, kuhu lähevad need suured tänavavalgustusmastid, nagu siin tee ääres on, vaid need, kuhu lähevad siis liiklusmärgid, nagu seal on need väikesed 60 avaga vist, eks ole, mis on Onnise laos olemas. Vaat siis on vaja veel spetsiaalne betoonialandi adapter. Nüüd mida need kodulaadijad ei võimalda nad ühendamist operaatorite taustsüsteemidega. Seal olid, eks ole, kohal meil näiteks Alexela, Eleport, Elektrilevi ehk siis Enefit. Nendel on igal juhul oma taustsüsteemid, värgid, nendega ei ole võimalik neid kodulaadijaid ühendada. Samuti ei ole võimalik neid kodulaadijaid nende puhul teha seda kasutaja tuvastamist RFide kaartide abil. Nii et seda tarkust siia sisse ehitatud ei ole, aga selle eest kodulaadijad on alati kõige lihtsamad, kõige odavamad, on kindlasti hinna poolest tunduvalt soodsamad kui need avalikuks kasutamiseks mõeldud laadijad. Nii et see ongi kokkuvõte nendest kodulaadijatest, kas selle kohta oli küsimusi? Ma hakka neid siin ükshaaval ette lugema. Kui keegi küsib, et kas on küsitud, kas neid võib välja panna, jah, siis IP54, IK10 on tema kaitseastmed, jah, need on nii sise- kui välispaigalduseks. Jah. Nii, aga ma pidin rääkima veel, kuna hästi palju küsimusi tekitab alati ka see teine teema. Ja, palun ma võt... Ja. Kas ma saan tekitada mingisuguse kolmanda tootja, saan ise tekitada kolmanda tootja kontrolleeriga see viis? Kolmanda tootja? Kas tootlusest äkki on avalik? Ma olen vastuse võlgu. Ma hakka praegu ajakokkuhoiu mõttes siin oletusi tegema. Ei, tähendab teiste hetkel ta ei ühildu teiste arvestitega, just. Aga nüüd me jõuame kohe natuke laiema pildi juurde. Oota, ma vaatan korra. Umbes palju mul aega on. Nii, väga hea. Nii, paar sõna siis dünaamilise laadimiskoormuse juhtimise kohta. Ma pean ikka siin pool olema, sellepärast muidu osa inimesena üldse. Ma ei tea, kuidas te sealt ukse juurest näete üldse midagi. Nii. Dünaamilise DLM-i ülesanne on, nagu juba ennem sai nimetatud, aidata vältida olukorda, kus toitevõrgu võimsusest jääb väheks ja kus tähendab aidata kliendil mugavamalt ja kuluefektiivsemalt laadida võimalikult palju elektriautosid, ilma et tuleks teha täiendavaid investeeringuid elektripaigaldise nii-öelda arendusse. Muidugi tõsi, kui meil on üks niisugune suur maja, nagu siin igal pool ümberringi siin on, paljude korteritega maja ja siis ühel heal hetkel seal laeb mingisugune 50 autot ees, siis loomulikult võib tulla vastu see olukord, kus tõepoolest on vaja ikkagi võimsust juurde osta. Aga esimesel hetkel seda võib-olla vaja ei ole. Oota, ma panen selle siit selle peale, siis on paremini näha. Nii, nii. Nii, nüüd võtame korraks tagasi selle pildi, mis korra juba oli, ehk siis Ensto laadimisseadmete valik, kõik alates kodulaadijatest kuni avaliku laadijate seadmeteni, missugused meie poolt pakutavatest laadijatest võimaldavad dünaamilist laadimiskoormuse juhtimist. Tänasel päeval võimaldavad kõik laadijad ühel või teisel moel dünaamilist laadimiskoormuse juhtimist. Aga nagu te näete, kahel on siin väike tärn juures, see tähendab teatud piirangutega. Üks neist oli see sama kodulaadi. Võtame järgmise pildi ette, mille ma siia tegin täna hommikul just nimelt tänase esituse jaoks, mida mul ennem ei olnud. Ehk siis jagasin need laadijad nagu 3 tüüpi. Kõigepealt need samad kodulaadijad, mida me praegu siin vaatasime ja nende puhul me käisime läbi selle teema, et see asi toimib läbi selle ühe konkreetse moodbusarvesti ja mingeid väliseid muid variante siin ei ole. Nüüd sama väljanägemisega kortermajade sari, mis kannab nime Ensto One. Ei ole mitte hõum, vaid lihtsalt Ensto One. Sellel toimib see dünaamiline laadimiskoormuse juhtimine natukene teistmoodi. Ta toimib nagu ühe laadijate rühma põhiselt. See tähendab seda, et kui on näiteks 20 sellist laadijat, siis saab nendele ette anda mingisuguse maksimaalse voolu, mida see laadijate rühm tohib kulutada, ma ei tea, ütleme näiteks 100 amprit. Ja siis TLM jagab need omavahel siis laiali ja hoolitseb selle eest, et mitte kunagi üle 100 ampri ei lähe. Nende laadijate puhul mingi välise arvesti kasutamise võimalus tänasel päeval veel ei ole. Väga tõenäoliselt on see õige pea tulemas. Nüüd, kõige laialdasemalt võimalusi pakuvad need avalike ja poolavalike ruumide laadijad, ehk siis Ensto Wallbox ja Ensto Pro sarjad. Ja need võimaldavad siis nii rühmapõhist juhtimist, nagu see One, kui ka siis läbi erinevate arvestite. Ja siin ei ole küsimus enam ühte konkreetset tüüpi moodbusarvestist nagu see, vaid see kindlasti, aga lisaks sellele on siin veel umbes 25 või 30 tüüpi neid testitud moodbusarvesteid, läbi mille saab juhtida neid laadijaid. Ehk siis need on palju universaalsemad ja siin on siis ka 2 väljundiga laadijad, ehk siis me jõuame nüüd vastuseks sellele sinu küsimusele, et kui on kodus 2 autot, et missugust laadijat siis kasutada, siis mitte toda, vaid siis pigem toda laadijad, mis on 2 väljundiga.
Mida tähendab see juhitav operaatori taustsüsteemist?
Juhitav operaatori taustsüsteemist. See tähendab seda, et on erinevad operaatorid, näiteks Eleport, näiteks Alexela, näiteks Vonk, ühesõnaga neid on Eestis juba mitmeid ja tuleb veel juurde. Igal ühel neist on oma taustsüsteem ehk back-end. See on reeglina mingi pilveteenusena saada olev arvutiprogramm, kus on koos kõik nende poolt hallatavad autolaadijad. Need võivad olla erinevate tootjate autolaadijad. Üldjuhul see eeldab, et autolaadijal on OCPP 1.6 kommunikatsioonivalmidus olemas. Ensto laadijatest OCPP 1.6 valmidus on olemas vaikimisi kõikidel Wallbox ja Pro laadijatel, One laadijatel teatud tingimustel, kodulaadijatel, nagu juttu oli, ei ole seda ja need kuskile taustsüsteemi ühendatavad ei ole. Ja siis on võimalik siit arvutist distantsilt teha mis tahes seadistusi ja settinguid muuhulgas ka DLM-settinguid, voolupiiranguid ja muud säärast.
Selle Oni kohta oli küsimus, kui ta paneks 100 amprit näiteks peale, ta jagab näiteks selles 10 seda arvestit, ta jagab seal
10 laadijat, jah.
8 tükki ta joob selle vahe.
Jah, absoluutselt. Jah.
Seda võiks kommenteerida, ühes omavahel arutavad, ehk siis, et on küll 10 laadijat, 100 amprit 10 laadijat, kas ta jagab nüüd ära võrdselt 10 amprit igale ühele või ta ikkagi vaatab vastu selle, et mis auto saab sabas rohkem.
Kes tahab rohkem neelata?
Sinna paneb rohkem.
Kui ei ole mingeid eritingimusi ette antud, jagab võrdselt. Just. Ja seal võib veel olla, eks ole see, et kas on ühefaasilised või kolmefaasilised autod. Eks ole, vaata, kui tuleb ühefaasiline auto, siis ta võtab ju tegelikult, läheb nagu 3 faasi eest maha, et faasid peavad alati olema nagu võrdses tasakaalus, ei saa. Ja sellepärast, mis on soovitav üldse, kõikide, kui on kortermajad näiteks, need tuleb arvestada nende ja nende puhul, kortermajade puhul panna laadijad paigaldamisel nii, et faasid oleksid ringluses, ehk siis, et see, mis on ühel laadijal on liin 1, see oleks järgmisel liin 2 ja kolmandal liin 3, sest siis kõik need pistikuhübriidid, nii nagu me alguses rääkisime, mis tarbivad ainult ühte faasi, need võtavad alati ainult esimest faasi, alati võtab pistikuhübriid esimest faasi. Siis, eks ole, on ühtlaselt jagatud. Muidu on see, et esimene faas kormatakse kiiresti üle, teised faasid on tühjad, aga laadid ikka ei saa. Ei, see on puht mehaaniline ühendus ju, toiteliin, ega laadija sul mehaaniliselt ise ei tõsta üle juhet, nii et Ei, see on juhendis kirjas kõik, kuidas need ühendada tuleb. See on vastavalt kõik kirjas, ega laadija ei tõsta sul ise juhtmeid ümber. Nii. Ehk siis põhimõte selle, kui meil on näiteks nagu siukene 2 laadimispesaga seade, mis vaikimisi võiks tarbida 64 amprit voolu, maksimaalselt kuna 32 amprit on kumbki laadimispesa, aga kui meil toidet nii palju ei tule, siis DLM-i põhimõte ongi see, et kui siia tuleb 1 auto laadima, saab ta maksimaalse voolu, kui tuleb 2 autot laadima, saab kumbki poole, ehk siis 16 amprit. Või kui meil on mingi siukene rühm, siis näiteks siin on võõrkeelsed kirjad peal, on kuskilt Norra esitusest võetud pilt, aga vahet ei ole, siin on võetud näiteks, et on siuke rühm, mille etteantud vool on siis 80 amprit ja nii kaua, kuni siin on vähem autosid ja see 80 amprit ei ole ületatud, saab igaüks maksimaalse voolu, nii palju kui ta vastu võtta suudab, aga nii palju kui hakkab ületama, siis hakatakse voolu piirama, kuni siis sinnamaani välja, nagu ma ütlesin, et minimaalne laadimisvool on 6 amprit ja kui nüüd tuleb veel 1 täiendav auto, mille puhul langeks see tarbimine alla 6 ampri või see laadimisvool, siis lihtsalt see viimane auto pannakse ootele. Tema ei saa mitte midagi, tema pannakse ootele, kuni mõni esimestest on ennast täis laadinud ja siis alles võetakse tema laadima. Mitte ei ole nii, et nüüd kõikide katkestatakse ära. Või siis on mitu rühma, eks ole niimoodi, nagu näiteks kortermajade puhul, ei ole mõtet teha nagu ühte suurt rühma, pigem mitu väiksemat rühma, sellepärast, et kui teha 1 suur rühm ja siis midagi siin selles seadistuses juhtub, siis on kõik tagant ära ja nagu näete, nende laadijate puhul mitte mingisugust lisaseadet kuskil siin joonise peal ei näe. Ehk siis kogu tarkus on nendes laadijates sees, lihtsalt vaikimisi häälestusega paigalduse käigus. 1 laadija tehakse juhtoinaks ja see juhtoinas juhib kogu karja. Teised on sleivid ehk orjad ja kulletuvad sellele juhtlaadijale. Ja juhtlaadija annab kõik need parameetrid ette ja juhib neid teisi. Ainus tingimus on see, et nad peavad olema omavahel LAN-ühenduses ehk siis nõrkvoolukaablitega ühenduses, et nad üksteisega suhtleksid. Ilma LAN-ühenduseta dünaamilist laadimiskoormuse juhtimist teostada ei saa. Ja siis see järgmine tase ongi siis see, millest tegelikult kodulaadija puhul juba juttu oli, et on mingi laadijate, siis vahe on siin selles, et siin on mingi laadijate rühm ja siis kilbis, näiteks ütleme kortermaja trepikojas olev arvesti, annab infot siis siia sellele grupi juhtlaadijale selle kohta, kui palju seal trepikojas nüüd muu tarbimine on korterite peale kokku ja vaat siis see ülejäänud saame siis jagada selleks laadijate vahel siis laiali. Nii, ja nagu siis jutt oli, selleks, et TLM-i teostada, dünaamilist laadimiskoormuse juhtimist, peavad laadijad kõik olema omavahel ühendatud LAN-kaablitega. Nüüd, seda LAN-ühendust ei tehta ega ei saagi tehniliselt teha nii, et see kaabel jookseks ühest laadijast teise. Nagu te näete, siin on ka, siin on maapaigaldusega laadijad, aga vahet ei ole. Kõik jooksevad kiirteena kokku ühte switchi, mille võib panna kuhu tahes, märkvoolu switch. Ja info käib siit kaudu. Siia on pandud veel vahele ruuter ja siit läheb ta siis internetti, aga seda on vaja ainult selliseks juhuks, kui meil on taustsüsteem ja me tahame seda asja taustsüsteemi ka juhtida. Põhimõtteliselt TLM-i toimimiseks meil seda vaja ei ole. On ainult vaja neid laadijaid ja seda switchi. Aga siin ei olegi IP-t vaja. Kui sul on nii, siis sul ei ole IP-t vaja. Igal laadijal on pealegi vaikimisi alati mingi aadress olemas ja need kõik saab niimoodi sealt paika häälest. Siis sul ei ole vaja IP-t. Aga sul on vaja IP-t kohe või seda internetiühendust kohe, kui sul on mingi taustsüsteem, et seda distantsilt juhtida. On ka laadijad, kus või mõnel pool ei panda LAN-ühendust, et on näiteks sama firma laadijad või sama ettevõtte laadijad üle Eesti laiali. Näiteks ütleme, et Onninen tahab panna iga oma kontori ette ühe laadija, tahab, et nad oleksid ühtses võrgus ja ei ole TLM-i vaja teha, siis pannakse laadijasse SIM-kaart sisse, mingit andmeside kaablit kuskil ei ole. Üle võrgu on nad siis kõik ühendatud, Andrus näeb oma laua tagant arvutist kõik, mis toimib Jõhvi laadijas, kes seal laeb ja Narva laadijas ja Tännassilma laadijas igal pool, aga see süsteem ei võimalda siis TLM-i. Seda peab siis arvestama. Kohaliku TLM-i ühe laadija põhiselt saab pea küll, aga süsteemi põhist ei saa. Nii et kokkuvõtteks siis, mida siis öelda, et Ensto laadijad võimaldavad seda kõike teha, nagu me vaatasime, dünaamilist laadimiskoormuse juhtimist. Ensto laadijad on valmistatud kõik Eestis, meie Keilas asuvas tehases. Kellel asja vastu huvi on, tulge külla vaatama, lepime aja kokku. Võtame külalisi vastu, koroona ajal ei võtnud, nüüd võtame. Nii et meie keskendume ainult AC laadijatele ehk siis võimsusele kuni 22 kilovatti. Kiirlaadijad meilt ei ole mõtet küsida, kuigi mõni arvab, et 22 kilovatti on ka kiirlaadija. Ja laadijatel on olemas ka eestikeelsed paigaldusjuhendid ja nii edasi. Kõik minu poolt. Täpselt mainisime, mahtusime aja sisse 1 minut läks üle. Selle esituse esimest slaidi. Vaatame. Ma tulen tagasi, milline oli esimene ja esimene oli sissejuhatav slaid pealkirjaga TLM, seda tahtsin. Okei. Ja see oli see, mis ma rääkisin, et mõistlik on seda faasiringlust teha, eks ole, või faaside jagamist, mis see eesti keele termin on?
Kortermajal see arvestamine käib kaart igal inimesel.
Jah, kaart ja siis... Ei, siis ta peab olema võrgus, siis ta peab olema, ilma võrguta ei saa, jah. Meil ei ole, aga operaatoritel on, et seal oli meil Eleport, seal oli meil Alexela. Siis ta sõlmibki koostööleppe Eleporti, Alexela, Vongiga ja... Jah.
Ei, mõtlen, et ise ei ole võimalik tarbimis näiteks, et korter 1 ja 2, eks, kaartel, mis seerib ära, tema võttis nii palju kilovatte kuule.
Ei, otse sa siit laadijast seda kätte ei saa.